Forget mulching forever. Just scatter these two seeds and watch your garden transform overnight. If you've ever spent back-breaking hours spreading mulch, only to see it fade, wash away, or turn into a slug paradise, then this one's for you. What if I told you that instead of constantly hauling bags of mulch, you could just scatter a couple of seeds and let nature do the mulching for you? Sounds wild, right? But this is exactly what I discovered after years of experimenting in my own garden. These two simple seed types not only replace mulch but outperform it in every possible way. Your soil stays cool, moist, weed-free, and bursting with life, all without lifting a shovel after planting. Welcome to a gardener's dream, the self-mulching garden. Let's be honest, mulching sounds great in theory. It locks in moisture, suppresses weeds, and adds organic matter as it breaks down. But in practice, it's time-consuming, costly, and often unsustainable. Bagged mulch from garden centers is usually treated, dyed, or sterilized, meaning it adds very little life to your soil. Even homemade organic mulch like shredded leaves or straw requires constant replenishment, and if you don't apply it thick enough, weeds still creep through. Too thick, and your soil struggles to breathe. Over the years, I found myself stuck in that same cycle: mulch, wait, repeat, until I realized there's a smarter, living alternative that nature's been using forever: green mulch plants. So, a living mulch does everything a traditional mulch does, and, honestly, even more. It shades the soil, helps prevent erosion, suppresses weeds, and through its root exudates actually feeds soil microbes. Plus, as it grows and then dies back naturally, it builds real fertility in your garden beds. In nature, soil is never left bare. If you walk into a forest or a meadow, you'll never see exposed dirt. There's always this green blanket, protecting and nourishing the ground. The real secret to duplicating that balance in your own garden is, well, choosing the right species, plants that grow fast, stay low, and work with your crops instead of competing against them. And, after testing, dozens of ground covers, I narrowed it down to two incredible seed types that, honestly, completely replaced my need for mulch. Seed number 1. White clover, the soil builder and protector. White clover, or Trifolium repens, is really the quiet hero of regenerative gardening. If I could recommend only one living mulch to every gardener, this would be it. Clover forms a dense, low-growing carpet that keeps weeds from ever gaining a foothold. Its fine roots weave through the topsoil, binding it together and preventing erosion even in heavy rains. But the magic doesn't stop there. Clover is a nitrogen fixer, pulling nitrogen straight from the air and feeding it to your soil microbes and neighboring plants. That means your vegetables, flowers, and fruit trees get a steady, natural dose of nutrients. No synthetic fertilizers required. Clover also attracts pollinators and beneficial insects, which create a healthier ecosystem right in your backyard. Bees absolutely love the small white blooms, and you'll notice a visible boost in biodiversity within weeks. How to use it? Simply broadcast clover seeds over any bare soil, or around existing crops in early spring or fall. Lightly rake them in and keep the soil moist for the first few days. Once established, clover can handle foot traffic, heat, and even light frost. It's that tough. Before long, you'll have a lush green carpet that feeds your soil and shades out weeds. No mulch needed. Seed number 2. Buckwheat, Ifonson an Amers Buckwheat. The fast-growing soil shield. If clover is the slow, steady protector of your soil, then buckwheat is the sprinter that gets results fast. This summer-loving plant germinates in just a few days and grows incredibly quickly, sometimes flowering within 4 to 6 weeks. Buckwheat's dense canopy blocks sunlight from reaching weed seeds, creating a powerful natural weed barrier. Its shallow roots help loosen compacted soil, allowing air and water to penetrate deeply. And when it flowers, it becomes a pollinator magnet, attracting bees, hoverflies, and predatory insects that help control pests. But here's where it gets really interesting. Buckwheat is a phosphorus scavenger. Its roots unlock phosphorus bound up in the soil, making it available to future crops. When it dies back or gets cut down, that phosphorus becomes plant food for whatever you grow next. So, here's how you use buckwheat. Just scatter the seeds over any bare garden beds right after you harvest a crop, or honestly, anytime you want a quick cover. Give it a good watering once, and then just let it take off. When you see it start to flower, that's your cue. Cut it down, and let all that residue act as a mulch layer. Or, you can just leave it there and let it reseed itself. Either way, your soil gets richer with every cycle. Here's the magic trick. When you combine clover and buckwheat, you actually get a living mulch system that works in every season. Buckwheat grows super fast and gives you quick cover during those warm months. As it matures and dies back, clover just takes over, creating this lasting, nitrogen-rich green carpet. Together they protect your soil around the clock, eliminate the need for synthetic fertilizers, and, honestly, they dramatically improve soil life. I started using this combo around my fruit trees and in between my vegetable rows, and wow, the results were jaw-dropping. My soil stayed moist even during dry spells, weeds pretty much disappeared, and my plants grew stronger and greener than ever. And best of all, I haven't bought a single bag of mulch in years. So, how do you start your own living mulch system? Well, here's honestly the simplest way to get going right now. First, prepare your soil. Just remove any existing weeds and lightly loosen up the top inch of soil. Next, you want to broadcast your seeds. You can scatter clover and buckwheat together or separately, depending on your season. After that, water well. Keep the area moist until you see germination, and then, well, just let nature do the rest. When your plants get too tall, remember cut, don't pull. Trim them back and leave the cuttings right on the soil. This works as extra mulch and adds more organic matter, which is just great for your garden. Over time, you're really going to notice your garden transforming into a vibrant, living ecosystem. It'll be teeming with worms, microbes, and pollinators. Your soil will start to feel spongier, smell a whole lot earthier, and it'll retain water like a natural sponge. So, why does this work better than regular mulch? Well, mulch is temporary. It just sits on top of the soil and breaks down pretty slowly, so it only gives limited benefits to the deeper soil layers. But a living mulch actually operates within the soil ecosystem. Its roots feed the microorganisms that are the foundation of healthy soil. Its leaves help regulate moisture and temperature naturally. And unlike mulch that you've got to replace every season, these plants self-renew. They're a one-time investment that just keeps on giving. Plus, the visual transformation is just stunning. Lush green ground cover instead of that dull brown mulch. Your garden will look alive all year round. Alright, let's tackle some common questions. Won't these plants compete with my crops? Well, not if you manage them correctly. Clover and buckwheat stay low and spread horizontally while your vegetables and flowers grow upward. Just trim occasionally to maintain balance. Do I need to reseed every year? Clover is perennial, so it'll come back every season. Buckwheat often self-seeds if you let it flower, but even if it doesn't, reseeding takes just a few minutes. And can this work in containers or raised beds? Absolutely. Just scatter seeds between plants or along the edges. They'll protect the soil surface and boost your soil health, even in pots. So, here's the takeaway. Let nature mulch for you. If you're ready to stop spending money on mulch, watering constantly, and fighting weeds year after year, this is your moment. Clover and buckwheat are simple, natural, and incredibly effective. Scatter them once, and they'll do the heavy lifting for you. Your soil will thank you with deeper roots, richer texture, and unstoppable fertility. You'll spend less time working and more time enjoying your garden, just as nature intended. At Soil Power, we really believe in gardening smarter, not harder. Forget plastic, dyed mulch, or endless chores. Let the power of living plants protect and feed your soil naturally. Try this living mulch method, and watch your garden transform from tired to thriving. If this guide inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Soil Power, share this with your gardening friends, and let's keep building healthier soil together, one seed at a time.